Hi there, good evening, and we've got a bit of a special feature tonight. We have the NOMEX Racing League Spanish Grand Prix, 33 laps. We have a short qualifying. Hopefully this will be a regular thing. We're just testing things out for now. Very eclectic grid. There's a couple of people in here that I've seen before, so I know one or two. And we've got a decent grid tonight. We've got, I think, 15, so very nice. And yeah, Spain. Of course, this Circuit de Catalunya, in the third section, no chicane, so a much faster lap, able to get around that last corner a lot quicker. I believe the DRS is slightly longer on the start-finish straight too, although I'd need somebody to confirm that for me. But yeah, looking forward to this, to see how everyone gets on. We're going to see who's quick, who's okay, who's not so quick. We can have a quick look at the results and the standings. So the drivers' standings at the minute, through 6 races. So Ivitt is currently leading. He's on 195 points. Gagli on 167, both in the lobby already, so they're pretty close. And then we've got Josh, 160 points. Ice One on 158, my old teammate. Paddy on 155. It's a very, very close championship at the top. Anyone from these top 7 still, yeah, we've got King, Panda, and Lewis all on 140 plus points. We've got a bit of a gap then to everyone else, but yeah, it looks like a very, very close drivers' championship. And as far as the constructors goes, we've got Ferrari on 335 points, Red Bull on 325, the Sauber's on 302, doing a really good job there. The Mercedes 255 points, just dropping back a little bit there, and then the Williams on 143. So there's a big gap between the Mercedes and the Williams, but still plenty of time to go in this season, and it should be should be an interesting race then, especially looking at the standings as they are. This should be a good race between multiple drivers. Just gonna check something on the settings. Yeah, there. Okay. Hope everyone can hear me okay and whatnot. Just as per usual in online racing leagues, any online game really. You just gotta wait for everyone to lobby up. There's always somebody that's going to be late. We've got a few at the minute, but that's cool. Gives us time to build that anticipation up to what should be a phenomenal qualifying session. Of course, Spain, it could be wet weather, either during qualifying or the race. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. I'll see if I can get a weather report during either, probably qualifying. It's obviously not going to get one during the race. People are going to be racing, but yeah. We'll see what we can do. As for the circuit itself, we've got it's quite a high degradation circuit on the tyres. Lots of overtaking opportunities. There's the start finish straight, and then there's towards the end of sector 2, I believe, or just start of sector 3. There's a DRS zone there. If you get a good exit out of the right-hander, lots of opportunities to pass. So it should be exciting. It should be an exciting race. High downforce though, even though it's a quick track and there's a lot of fast speed, high speed corners. You do need quite high downforce. It's quite a technical track, considering how quick it is, which in my opinion makes it all the more of an exciting circuit to spectate. We're not quite getting invites yet, so going to be a couple of minutes late. That's cool though. As I said, it's an online lobby. You get this, whether you're waiting for your boys playing Call of Duty, whether it's pro clubs on the AFC, whether it's Formula One. Of course, you've got to wait for that invite and get it, and then get into the game, etc. So there's nothing out of the ordinary. As I mentioned before, I'm very interested to see what the grid looks like. Of course, we can go by the driver standings and constructor standings that I mentioned previously, but we don't know who's going to be fast around this circuit. We're going to see some surprises, so that it's going to be a very interesting race. I think qualifying's hugely important, although at this track it's a little less important in as much as you've got a lot of laps, as you can see there at the bottom left hand of the screen. You've got 33 laps to make up positions. Also, it's a track that lends itself to overtaking, so slightly less important. Evening, Alan. Yeah, pleasure to be doing this tonight. I've been looking forward to this all day, and as I say, I'm looking forward to seeing the mix of drivers. I've seen we've got a lot of different nationalities, so that'll be good. Different driving styles. Really hyped for this. Really up for it. Ready to go for qualifying. I think we've either got 2 or 3 more coming in. I think somebody said they can't quite. They're going to be late, so we've got a couple more to come in. Evening, Ice One. How you doing, mate? I hope you're well. I won't be biased tonight, obviously, but I'll be secretly supporting you. Teammates for life. We got that constructors together. That's it. You're my teammate for life. Right, just going to have a little drink of water here, and then get really on it. Yeah, there's a great season. I'm glad one of us won it. We looked good all season though. That season we dominated. You absolutely smashed the drivers' title, and then obviously we did a great job with the constructors too. I think I finished 3rd that season, didn't I, in the drivers? So we were pretty dominant. Appreciate the friend requests, guys. I'll get you added after this race. I don't trust the game too much to go into the other menu and whatnot, so. I've retired now. I'm full-time commentator. I'm like Martin Brundle. I'm too old now. I'm retired. I'm just on the commentary now, and I actually have more fun with it. It's less stressful, so I'll practice during the week on the track to which I'm gonna commentate on, so I can get a feel of the track. Not that I don't know the tracks, I know them all anyway, but it just gets you, I can't think of the word, like reconnected with the circuit, and then I'll go in and do the commentary, and it's great fun, and I'm sure tonight will be no different. So we're hoping for a big a big show in here from we'll call him Tim, in the Ferrari. Of course, the Ferrari's just 10 points in front of the Red Bulls in the constructors as well. So a pivotal weekend really, in terms of the championship. So hopefully you can, as you're watching along, we can see that evolve and see what happens tonight. Of course, this will be available to watch back afterwards for those that are racing, and good luck to you all as we start the countdown to qualifying. I say a couple of people going to be a little bit late, but that's cool. They can always come in during qualifying, try and get a lap in. If not, they can do a last to first challenge, which we love to see. So here we go. We are loading in. We're on our way to Barcelona. I should do the commentary in Spanish, shouldn't I? Really? Well, actually Catalan. If we're gonna get technical about it. But here we go. First thing we need to check on will be the sky. We'll see what the weather conditions look like. That's always a huge factor when it comes to these online races. So here we go. Everyone will just be setting their vehicles up right now. So give it a few seconds, and I'm sure we'll see the first person out putting in a qualifying lap. And we've got a weather report from RS1 there. Dry. That's good. It's good to see a couple of dry sessions. It will mean that this will be determined by who is the better driver, not by the conditions on track. As you can see there, Gagli coming out in the Red Bull, teammate of RS1, of course. We'll get straight on board. Oh, we've got I think actually, look, we've got quite a few coming out now. On board with Doom Vista at the minute. We'll just see who gets out in front. I think that's the Haas of Panda Man. Yep. Out on the mediums. That's probably just testing the setup a little bit. So we'll go on with Doom Vista actually then, just because it's out on the softs. You see a lovely day here at the Circuit de Catalunya, as we do ride on board with the Aston Martin. Try and talk you through the track as we get onto the fast lap. A little bit wide. They'll letting the Red Bull through, so let's get on board with the Red Bull. Gagli here. talk you through the lap. So normally there would be well, previously there would be a chicane after this right-hander. Not anymore, as you can see. Round the outside, holding a lot of speed, and here we go. Here comes Gagley down the start-finish straight. Full DRS. Oh, locking up a little bit into turn 1 there. Turn 3, a long right-hander. We've got a short straight into another right-hander, and then into the left-hander to start sector 2. Another long right-hander, by the way, before the left-hander, and we come down the hill. Yeah, using all of the track there. Got to make that track as wide as possible. Really tough sector here. Towards the end of sector 2, it's very easy to spin out there. Got to be careful. Left-hander slightly uphill. Not too many elevation changes here at Barcelona. Have to be careful when going from the left into that right-hander. You don't spin the car out, and then back down to the double right-hander for the start-finish straight, and that will be a 1:12.3. Obviously Panda slightly slower, but that's expected. What we got here? So Josh is near the end, so we'll go with King Panda. So we've got Panda Man Gaming and King Panda, so we'll have to look out for that. Evening, Chappie. Thank you for the kind message, and I'm sure all the guys will see that afterwards and be grateful for that nice message. King Panda, they're getting a little bit of a toe down the straight, so we've got quite a few times in. We've got a 1:12.3 by Gagley, which the lap we saw is the quickest lap so far. 1:12.5 from Paddy, a 1:12.8 from Lewis, and a 1:12.9 from Josh. Then we get into the 1:14s with Doom Vista and Taffy. Panda Man Gaming was on the mediums doing a 1:14.6 there, and Immortals put in a 1:14.8. Not sure what tyres he was on, but yeah, let's follow King Panda now and see what sort of tyres we're going to get. Still got 3, Timmy, Ice One and Bucko yet to come out of the pits. Plenty of time though. It's a quick lap, especially with the chicane in sector 3 taken out. That it makes the lap a lot quicker than it previously was, and that's a 1:12.6 for King Panda. That's a very good time. That's very solid there from the Kick Sauber driver, but shouldn't be surprised as they're doing very, very well in the Constructors' Championship. Currently sitting third, just 33 points behind Ferrari, who are leading there. So yeah, very good there from both actually Kick Saubers, 3rd and 5th provisionally right now. Everybody's really in the pits or on an in lap as we stand, so just waiting for the next run. Great news for the Red Bulls though. So far, the one fast lap that has been put in by the Red Bulls is the fastest lap that we've seen by almost 3/10 from Gagley. That's a really good time. As the track evolves, I'm sure people will be putting in faster laps, but it's always good to get that fast banker lap going. And it's Timmy and Ice One both out, or Tim and Ice One. So I'm still getting used to names. I'm still having to kind of look to the left. So you'll have to bear with me for a few laps. And go with the Ferrari we'll get on board with. Obviously the current leaders in the Constructors, the Ferraris. So a lot of pressure on these guys. Tim, of course, is the championship leader from Gagley, so I'm expecting a really fast lap here. Looking at the current championship standings, I think Josh, although he's put a good lap in there at 12.9, I think he'd be a little bit disappointed given that he's third in the championship. The top 5 right now are actually the top 5 in the driver's standings. So I believe. Oh no, they're not. Lewis is the one that's not in the top 5 in the driver's standings. He's putting a 12.8. Oh, and there's a spin. Oh, and that's disaster for the Ferrari team. Oh my word. And the current championship leader too. That is an absolute disaster. Out of the session, into the wall. That's oh, Paddy just struggling to keep it under control there. Well, that's a huge crash there, and that's also massive in terms of both the drivers and constructors titles right now. Incredible scenes. As we get on board now with Panda Man Gaming with a 1:14.6, looking to put a faster time in. Already a 10th up through sector 1, so that's looking pretty decent so far. Looking to take a bit more time out of that, of course, over the course of the full lap. But yeah, he only has to go a little bit faster, and that's what he's doing right now. You see, it's quite difficult, as I mentioned, it's quite a difficult track, Spain. It's very technical. Look at that, almost 7 tenths up. This is going to be a really good time if you can hook this third sector up. It's going to put him a couple of places higher, you would imagine, and that's a decent sector 3. Looks pretty smooth. Let's see here, 1:13.7. Wow, 8 tenths up, and that has moved Panda Man Gaming up into 6th position. Here comes Josh on a fast lap. And the Kick Sauber. Oh, and there's that Panda Man Gaming facing backwards there. I'm not sure. Yeah, I believe it was. Already put in fast lap though, so won't be too disappointed with that. And that's a purple sector 1 for Josh, and that's going to start putting the pressure on everyone else. Anyone in the pit's going to be looking at these times. We've got Ice one out on a fast lap as well. Took a little bit of the curb there, difficult. Alpine moves out of the way. That will be his Butler on an out lap. Obviously, King Panda letting his teammate through as well there, sector 3. 2 corners to go. King Panda's going to get a little bit of a tow as well down the start-finish straight, which I'm sure will be well received. So let's see what sort of time. It's a 1:12.8. That's 4th position. Straight back to the other Kick Sauber now. King Panda just starting the lap off. Getting a big tow down the straight. Look at that. That's good stuff from the Saubers. Working together as a team. Always like to see that. Formula 1, of course, obviously is a team sport, but drivers can be pretty selfish at times. So it's always nice to see that involvement in the team, helping each other out. Got caution in sector 2. We'll get that through qualifying. Just the people trying to find that space ready for their quick lap. Ice one's done a 1:13.2, by the way, while we were watching these Saubers, so 6th position as it stands. And that's a purple sector 2 for King Panda, but down on his time right now. 600ths down, so we'll be looking to do something in this third sector. Gonna stay out. Yeah, that's not too bad. Made quite a lot of time up there, so could do even quicker. I could see definitely a push for the front row. Easily timed for another lap. we've got Immortal on an outlap. Let's ride on board with Immortal. We like to see as many people as you can during qualifying. Of course, during a race, sometimes if you're stuck kind of in no man's land, you won't get featured too much, which is just it's just how it is. It's nothing against any driver, of course. So during qualifying, we like to see as many fast laps as possible from as many different drivers. Here we go. Here comes Immortal, trying to improve on that 1:48 at the minute. But Bucco's putting a 1:15.1, quite a high spread, and Lewis there has moved up in front of Josh to go on the second row of the grid with a 1:12.8. Still plenty of time, as I mentioned, for everyone to get laps in. Come out with maybe 1:45 to go, and still make a fast lap. But Gagli is, as we stand, still at the top of the standings. Paddy has closed that gap a little bit. It's just 2 tenths now instead of 3, so Gagli might need to just put that one more lap in. You see Immortal into sector 3 as invalidated, unfortunately. That's not good. Lewis is on an in lap. Pandaman is apparently 8 tenths up, or is that, no, there we go, about a tenth up through sector 1. I was going to say, that's getting done there by the telemetry. That's not what actually, if he was 8 tenths up in the first sector, I'd be checking his urine for drugs afterwards. So far so good then. If he's almost a tenth up, made a big leap during his last lap. Oh, just losing out a bit in sector 2 though. Lost about a tenth and a half on his own time there. This could be the case of coming into the pits. No, going to stay out. There's probably time, to be fair. There's a good sector 3. Yeah, he has actually. He's had a really good sector 3. Managed to get his time down to a 1:13.639. So pretty decent there. Taffy's invalidated, unfortunately. I think Immortal's going again for a fast lap by the looks of things, although he's down on his time. Might be struggling with the fuel load, to be honest, so we'll have to see. Butler in the Alpine is on an outlap, just in sector 1, only just come out. Ice One is out. Here at the end of qualifying is where we're going to keep an eye out on the front runners. Of course, we want to see who's going to get that pole position. So far, Gagli has held it since the very start of qualifying, and I'm sure we'll be delighted with such a good time early on. So the cars slowly making their way out of the pits. We've got Paddy coming out in the Mercedes. We'll have to keep an eye out if we want to. He could be a possible pole sitter. Pandaman Gaming, happy with that, a 1:13.6. Taffy with a 1:14.3 has decided that's enough for me as well. And, I think Butler's going to have another outlap here. So Ice One will be the furthest forward. No, Ice One. Oh no, it was just the last lap that invalidated. Gagli still not coming out. 2 minutes left. Gonna save an extra set of softs for the race, maybe. You've got to be confident in your time if you're not coming out. Oh, and I think he's coming out now. You can see on the minimap in the bottom right that deep blue colour. You see on the start-finish straight, that is the Red Bull coming out of the pits. So that will be interesting. Furthest back as well, so we'll be the last person to put in a time. As you see, Ice One in sector 2. I forgot to check his sector 1 time, so that's on me. We'll see. So almost 2 tenths up through 2 sectors. needs quite a bit actually. It's about 5/10 down on Josh, so he's going to need a big sector 3. Although I'm sure he'll just be happy with obviously you can never be unhappy with improving your time. So yeah, a 10th up. That's probably cemented 6th place there as we get on board with Paddy right now, who is in sector 2. We'll see what sort of time that he's going to put in at the end of sector 2. Let's have a look. The lone Mercedes tonight. That's a purple sector 2. That's 2.5 tenths up. This is a big lap here. This could be provisional pole. All depends on this final couple of corners. And let's see. Yes, Paddy with a 1:12.2. Pressure's on. Let's go to Gagli, who's the furthest back. Just started. He's in sector 1 in the Red Bull. 2 tenths up already. That is absolutely mental. That's Paddy's thrown down the gauntlet and said, "They are beat that," and then Gagli's come and said, "All right, I'll do sector 1 by 2 tenths." Lewis into 3rd position in the Ferrari with a 1:12.556, just about in front of King Panda. See everyone coming across the line. Josh has gone in front of Lewis there to 3rd place, 2nd row in the grid, and King Panda has gone up into 3rd position. So as it stands, we've got an all Sauber 2nd row. It's all about pole position though. Gagli is going to come around this last corner, give it everything he's got. What's he going to be able to do? It's a 1:12 dead. It's 2 tenths. That's an amazing time there. That's going to take pole position. I think that will be everyone round, unless Lewis is still going. No, Lewis is quite far behind. So that's probably going to be our grid for tonight. Not a great qualifying for the Ferraris, of course. Tim having that incident and not managing to get a fast lap in. Good for the Red Bulls. Really good for the Saubers there on the 2nd row. If they can help each other out, hopefully they don't have any incidents. But yeah, there's our starting grid. So we're going to have Gagli and Paddy on the front row. We're going to have Red Bull versus Mercedes. It's going to be Max versus Lewis all over again. An all Sauber 2nd row, as I mentioned. Then we have the Ferrari of Lewis, followed by Butler in the Alpine, managing to get 6th there towards the end. Ice One in 7th, next to Pandaman Gaming. On the 5th row of the grid's going to be Doom Vista and Bucco. And then we've got Taffy and Immortal. And I'm sure he won't like me saying this again, but yeah, Timmy will be starting from 13th. Our championship leader, of course. And maybe he's going for that last to first challenge. Gagli looks pretty quick though, doesn't he? This is going to be it's going to be a good race, this. I can see this being a really action-packed close race. As you can see, down to Lewis in the Ferrari, just half a second. And of course, under the new Formula 1 regulations, we're going to have DRS from lap 2. So it's really difficult to break that 1 second gap in what's normally about a lap and a half. There we go then. Everybody will be doing the fuel loads and strategies, which is something we've not spoken about quite yet. They're massively important. The undercut, of course, is huge on this game. I expect to see a lot of drivers start on mediums and then go to the hard tyre. Much prefer the hard tyre on this game. I'm not a fan of the mediums. They kind of drop off too soon. The hard tyres are really overpowered. So yeah, I would imagine that we see a lot of people starting on mediums and going to the hards. All quiet in the grid. This is the nervous tension before the race. Who do you think's going to win? That's the big question, isn't it? Is Gagley going to be able to hold on to first position? It was a close qualifying, but he did put in that big lap towards the end. That is a massive lap that he put in. And here we go, 5 lights out and underway. Gagley's not had a great start there, down to second position. Look at that, Paddy with an amazing start. 3 wide, 4 wide, going into turn 1 as we look back from Gagley's view here. Lewis into 4th position, splitting the Saubers. King Panda manages to hold on to 3rd. I think we've got a pretty decent start there, clean start, as King Panda looking to defend from Lewis side by side. Lewis is going to have the inside line. He's going to be able to take 3rd position here. It's close. It's so close. Yeah, I think Lewis has just about got it. King Panda's looking to attack. Take this back. Let's quickly, as quick as we can. Let's have a look at the tyres. So we've got quite a mix of tyres. We've got mostly medium runners, but we've got Gagley, Panda, and Tim on hard tyres. Doesn't surprise me from low down, going for the long stint. I've got Butler and Immortal both on softs, which is a little bit surprising. But yeah, there's your strategy. And as we can see, everybody managed to get through pretty well there. I think Immortal and Taffy had a bit of an incident. Let's see if they quickly see if they've sustained any damage. Taffy looks all right. You're going to see if Immortal did get any damage on that McLaren. Just quickly. Oh, running really wide. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, that's the front right end plate there. So back to the front. I think Immortal's. Oh, that's Taffy. Oh my word, Taffy is in a wall. He's put it into the pit wall. Incredible stuff. I got the two mixed up there, by the way. That's on me. Yeah, Taffy with the damage to the front right end plate has. That's not done his race any favours. Lost a lot of time in the pit wall there. We go back up to first, and here's Paddy. That amazing start. Gagley's really under pressure now from Lewis, and that's great news for Paddy. On the mediums, going to try and make those mediums work for him. He's going to try and gap Gagley as quickly as possible. It's not easy to, as I say, it's not easy to gap someone without a mistake or some sort of pressure. The two Saubers dropped down to 4th and 5th, but still, really, they're in there. The top 7 all got DRS. There's the possible strategy. I don't see a soft medium. I see a medium hard or hard medium. I don't know what the softs are going to. Probably soft hard. As Lewis goes through on Gagley there. Gagley down into 3rd position. That amazing qualifying. As yeah, not done any good. Quickly goes side by side with the Ferrari and the Red Bull. Ooh, almost a touch there. You see from Ice One's point of view, really close, just a 10th behind. Being held up here, Tim and Ice One battling each other. Tim's done really well, had a great start from the back of the grid. He's now up into 8th position, into the points with the Ferrari, and looking to chase down Butler, but having to do a bit of defending, and will not have DRS, so that could be a bit of a disadvantage there. So, Ice One had a little bit of an incident, but he's okay. And did you see the Saubers in the distance there, side by side? And Josh has just took that position. So let's get on board with King Panda, from whom we'll get a really good view of the cars in front. It's going to be awkward for King Panda. 3rd in that, or more than 5th in that DRS change. That's it's not going to be easy to pass there. I think Gagley just about hung on to DRS. Josh not able to close the gap enough. We've got Butler behind going through on Panda Man. King Panda, as I say, not able to do anything from the position he's in. Difficult. Gagley's now dropped out of DRS. These front two have pulled away now. They've managed to gap 3rd position. The Mercedes and the Ferrari. This is the main battle, and it is for first position. Lewis just hanging in behind there, just taking his time. Good to see. It's Josh. Look how close Josh is to Gagli right now. Gonna look to make a pass. His DRS coming up. Gagli on those hard tyres. It's always difficult because those mediums are going to be working really well. And there you go. Through goes the Sauber, and Gagli's going to be under pressure here from King Panda as well. This is going to be difficult for really difficult for Gagli, because he's going to risk the undercut as well. You know, with the medium runners. That DRS coming in handy though. Looks like it's going to make a pass. Yeah, and King Panda gets through on Josh as well. Both with DRS, both quite close. Nothing Josh can do there. Excuse me. Can't really defend even. Tim goes through into 7th there. You just maybe saw that in the on the right hand side of your screen. So still moving up positions. Tim does have DRS on Butler. When he gets into the zone, it will be activated. Lewis slightly closing the gap on Paddy for first position, but not quite able to get close enough. Josh is right on the back now of King Panda. Difficult. This one's only a short straight. This is about setting yourself up for the start finish. See if after that tremendous pass on the last lap, if Gagli's able to do anything in terms of being on the defensive. You see, Paddy's really quick through sector 3, and it's just about gapping Lewis. Oh, and that's Josh running really wide. Looks like King Panda's going to get through. We'll get on. Yeah, we're on board with the other Sauber now. King Panda, of course, on the hard tyre as well. Josh on the mediums needs to get on the back of these again, but that was a costly error there from Josh. Ran really wide into the gravel. Through the final corner of the lap. We had some yellow flags out there, but it seems like we're okay. These guys, yeah, Josh has managed to get on the back again of the Red Bull, so not too costly of a mistake. But I'm sure his tyres will be quite hot after that, and it might have done. It might have had a bit more wear on those tyres. Those mediums, of course. Here we go. We're coming into the final 2 corners again. We've got yellows in sector 2. I think that's Immortal. Still going though. So I assume Gagli's going to get through here, both on the same compound. Yeah, Gagli's made it through. Just looking to close the gap. As we've got Tim going through on Butler there for 6th position, and that's a huge pass. But now the gap 3.1 seconds to Josh in 5th. Tim making those hard tyres work for him. Look, getting through. Looking really, really quick, to be fair. Look, the gap down to 2.9. As we go back on board with Josh, who just 3/10 behind his teammate. And that's Taffy retired from the session. And we've got a safety car. Now, this is a big moment in terms of the race. Is somebody on the mediums going to risk coming in, bolting on a set of hards, and try and get them to last the whole race? Or is it too early? It's difficult to say. So we've still got about 26 racing laps to go. That's a long way, even for the hard tyres. We'll see if yeah. So the Gagli and King Panda have come in. I think Josh might be in the lead of this race. Yeah, stayed out Josh on the medium tyre. I guess he doesn't want to double stack with his teammate. which I can understand, but that might not be to his advantage though, because he's going to be stuck behind the safety car here. Might end up losing a few positions. Let's go back to the tyres. So yeah, we've seen Lewis, Gagley, King Panda and Tim have all pitted in onto mediums, so they're definitely going to have to pit in again. Those that have pitted onto the hard tyre, it's going to be difficult. I'm not sure. It's a long way to go. They're probably going to have to pit again at some point. But if, for example, if Paddy can get those hard tyres to last the whole race, is he going to lose 22, 24, 26 seconds to everyone else? Because they're going to have to pit in, so they're going to have to make that sort of gap on him. I don't think so. I think advantage is with Paddy, and as you can see, everybody's now lined up behind the safety car, and with Josh not double stacking, this could ruin his race. Really, he's going to be down maybe in 9th, 10th position. But then again, if he doesn't pit in, he's on the medium tyres, he's going to lose even more time. It's a really, really difficult decision now for Josh. Just because he didn't pit in, it's going to make things very difficult from here for the Sauber driver. Yeah, he's going to come in. He's going to come out near the back here. I think he's going to come out in 11th. We'll see. I think he's going to go on the hard tyres. I would assume. He's not going to come on another set of mediums. Can he get those tyres to last what 24 laps? If he can, he might have a chance. Not the fastest stop in the world from the Saubers, but because it's on the safety car, you want to have a safe stop rather than a risky one and make a mistake. So back to the front now. Paddy has regained leadership of this race. Got Lewis and Gagley behind him, King Panda behind Tim up to 5th, Butler in 6th, we've got Panda Man Gaming in 7th, Ice One just going about there, just nice and just chilling in 8th, just staying out of the way. We've got Doom Vista, and then Josh Gaming is in 10th position. So from 1st to 10th, it's easy for me to say right now, after the fact, but probably should have double stacked with his teammate. We've got Bucko in 11th, Immortal in 12th, and Taffy, unfortunately, with the DNF. It wasn't a great race for Taffy, just unable to get things going after the incident on turn 1. Here we go then. So safety car coming in. I think you've got to go as soon as you can, and try and catch people out here on the restart. It's a long start-finish straight. You don't want to be giving anyone a tow. Everyone's got to be careful for the restart too. We don't want any incidents, of course, from the restart. Safety car is in, I believe, so they're going to restart, and that's a decent start from Gagley there. I think Tim's had a really good start. As Immortal goes through on Bucko, we see Paddy lose out there down into turn 1. These front three had a really good start. Paddy, of course, on the hard tyres, he's going to struggle to defend, but it's all about long-term strategy for him right now. Getting those hards to last the whole race if possible. Panda Man Gaming gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. That's rather unfortunate. You see Gagley's looking to make the pass as soon as possible. No DRS this lap, but there will be DRS from the next lap onwards. There's been an incident there, and who is that actually? Is that Immortal? I think that's Immortal had an incident in sector 2. We're all right though. No safety car, nothing, no VSC. That 3 seconds for Pandaman Gaming could be could be huge come the end of this race. Almost certainly in terms of finishing position. As we see, Gagli moves across, makes a nice clean pass, and King Panda now is going to be the next one looking to make a move on Paddy. Do you think King Panda, has he got mediums? I can't remember if he's got the same compound on. We'll have to see. No, he's on the medium, so he's going to be going for it. Immortal has retired from the session in the pits though, so that does mean we're not going to see another safety car right now. Oh, and look at that! Pandaman Gaming into the wall. That is a huge, huge smash. Yeah, of course that's a safety car. That is, you saw that? He came flying around that corner. No control under the car. That's another safety car. That's probably done a favour for one or two guys here. Might see a couple pitting in. Are they going to stay out? Are they going to stay out? I'm a little bit surprised that everybody's staying out. I thought there'd be one or two come in, especially with it being a safety car. At the front two now. Lewis in the Ferrari, followed by Gagli. Both looking to, they've pulled away. I mean, it's come up as a safety car. Right, here we go. I was going to say, where is this safety car? But it's here. Yeah, nobody pitting in is, I know they've not been out long on those tyres, but it's certainly very interesting. I've just got to be careful there, Gagli. You don't be going too close side by side. Of course, under the safety car, you do have 10 car lengths to play with. You don't really have to be like, you don't have to have your front wing under the back of the car in front. You want to be close on the restart, but you don't want to. For me personally, you don't want to take risks while the safety car's out. Get too close and you're not leaving yourself space to brake, and you end up damaging your front wing. And as you can see, because of it being a safety car, everyone's really close if you pit in, as we saw from Josh, because he pitted in a lap later, because everyone's bunched up. You end up losing so many positions. So the big three in the constructors right now. The Ferraris have got a really good advantage in first and fifth position. The Red Bulls could do something, of course. But Gagli, a nice one, looking to improve their positions. And the Saubers have been going along doing the job. King Panda's done a really, really solid job so far. And Josh will looking to regain those positions. He lost under the last safety car. Don't expect this safety car to stay out too long. I think we'll see. I think we'll see it coming in at the end of this lap. Or I'd imagine so anyway. Oh, a big lock up there from the Red Bull. That will be Gagli in the Red Bull. Let's see. Are we going to get the safety car in? I think we'll find out in another couple of corners. If I'm just trying to keep those tyres up to temperature, ready for the restart. Yeah, safety car in this lap. Not a surprise. And yeah, we'll see what sort of restart Lewis in the Ferrari gives us. Oh, and yeah, that's Gagli off. Oh, Paddy's gone through into second. Not sure whether he's going to have to return that position. Gagli was off the track there. You get a bit too close to Lewis, maybe? Is that what happened there? Or did he? Oh, look at that! Or did he just lose control? Looks a bit like it there. So here comes the restart. A good restart for Paddy, decent. Very good from Lewis. He's managed to catch a few out. Let's see Tim. He's gonna try and make the pass on turn one on King Panda. Not quite able to. As you see in front, Gagli and Paddy really close too. The championship leader, Tim, looking to make a move as early as possible. This is Gagli and Paddy side by side. Oh, Tim trying to send it round the outside. If you can make this stick, that would be a great pass. No room. As Gagli's got through and slowed Paddy down there, so that all four of these. Whoa! Tim goes through down the inside on the Sauber. What a move! Tim really in this race now. Still think you've got to give a little bit of an advantage to Paddy on those hard tyres if you can make them last the whole race. But Tim has really put himself in a position, and his team too. Obviously, he's put the Ferraris in a great position in the constructor. That is a purple sector 3. He's going to go through here on the Mercedes. That is a great pass, and he, as I say, he is really making moves now. He's absolutely he's got Gagli in his sights. As you can see, that's the Sauber of King Panda looking to make the pass on Paddy. Not quite able to get past there. Good defensive driving from Paddy. Can't be too defensive though. Doesn't want to get too far behind Tim. Wants to keep that DRS if possible. If you drop out of DRS, obviously you're going to be susceptible to a pass yourself. Josh has just gone through into 8th position, passing Dome Vista. There you go, the front two. I think Gagli's close enough here to make or at least attempt to make a move. Tim's dropping back. Gagli's had a really good exit there and has gone through into first position. You can see there looking behind. That is a very nice clean pass. Tim's dropped to about a second behind, 9/10 now, so that momentum from the restart. It's difficult. He's on those medium tyres. He's been on them for what, about 8 laps. They're not going to be in the best condition that you've ever seen. It's as close a gap down to 5/10 though, as these front two are battling. Still got Ferrari second and third behind the Red Bull, and it's a toss-up here. Well, I have to say it's a toss-up. It's a dice roll between probably six or seven drivers right now. As I say, I think strategy will come into play. It's going to be huge in terms of how this race ends up. Now, will the Ferraris be able to make a double pass? Also, with them being so close to each other, which one of the Ferraris wants to pick him first? Who's going to go for the undercut? Who's going to try and undercut the other guy? Their teammate? There's so many questions yet to be answered in this race. There we go. Tim close. Not close enough. Josh going through into 7th position. Dome Vista with 3 seconds. And Lewis not defending too heavily against Tim there. Of course, teammates You don't want anything to happen that costs the team. You don't want to have a coming together between two teammates and that costs you both a high finish. So, did the right thing there, Lewis. As we have had a 3-second penalty, another 3 seconds to a bucko, by the way. Currently on 6 seconds. Tim's very close. Ooh, and that's, you see that, struggling to keep the car underneath him there, Gagley. That could be crucial coming out of this last corner. Tim's got a lot of momentum. Gagley's going to struggle here as Tim goes into the lead of the race from the back of the grid on lap 18, now leading. This has been a phenomenal drive from a current championship leader in the Ferrari. Lewis now is going to try and be the next one through on Gagley. Paddy's there behind in 4th position. King Panda is just about keeping it within DRS, which will be just perfectly fine for him, I imagine. Should be happy with that. This front 5 here is starting to build quite a bit of a gap on Butler in 6th in the Alpine. Josh is really making some moves, but he's losing time to these front 5 getting through the traffic. So although he's in 7th position right now, it's not the easiest position to fight from. We've got caution in sector 2. I think that's Bucko. Bucko's had an incident, but still going, so that's good to see. No safety car. As we take a look at this front 5, the Mercedes is looking to pass here. Paddy now going through on those hard tyres. They're going to start. This is the thing about these hard tyres. They're going to start coming into their own. The performance of these hard tyres is going to be superior to the mediums very soon, if not already. And these medium runners are going to have to pit at some point. I can't see them going the whole race. Those tyres are going to really drop off. And, alright, Paddy's going to be struggling at the end. But if he stays out, that gap, he could open a big enough gap to be able to defend from everyone else. I still make Paddy the favourite. Tim down into 2nd, by the way, but nothing in this. As I said, good luck calling this. This is very, very difficult to pick a winner from. Who's your money on? That is the question. Paddy, look, those hard tyres, I'm telling you, I think that's making a huge difference right now. It wouldn't surprise me to see him get a double overtake here. Let's see. He might not have room, that might be the problem. Tim's gone through. Yeah, he's not quite got the room there, given that the 2 cars in front were side by side. Great exit through turn 3 though. Oh, they're going to be 3 wide. This could end up. Oh yeah, they're just being a little bit cautious there. Yeah, Paddy has gone through on Gagley. This is the hard tyre now working for Paddy in the Mercedes. It will be a question of how long these hard tyres, in terms of their performance, can last. I think the pass on Tim is inevitable at this stage. It's a question of it's not a question of if, but just a question of when. I think a good exit out of this final corner, and he'll be making that pass. That is a good exit, a very good exit. Look, Tim can't even defend. The hard tyre for Paddy doing bits, and Gagley's going to try and take advantage, and has took advantage there. Gets through. The Ferrari's now in 3rd and 4th. So again, all change at the front. Not really mentioned King Panda that much, but still there in 5th position, still within DRS, still looking to to win this race. I wonder, I would hate it to be true, but I wonder if penalties are going to be a factor come the end of this race. It's very easy to be penalised for track limits here, so interesting to see, or it'll be interesting to see come the end of the race if any of these end up receiving time penalties for track limits. Are they not able to pull away much from Gagli? It's difficult, especially so both DRS zones because of where they're positioned. It's very, very difficult to gap by a second. As you see, Gagli goes through into first position. Oh, but back down into third. And King Panda's come into the pits. 11 laps to go. Let's check on the tyres, shall we? Fresh set of mediums for King Panda. So will be extremely quick. But the question is, will he be able to close the gap? Is he going to be sufficiently quick to close it? He's going to have to get through traffic. He doesn't have DRS right now. He's in clean air, but he doesn't have DRS. So it kind of neutralises. You know, those two things neutralise each other. So no extra pace there. We'll get the undercut on these guys in front. So in comes Tim. Decided to make the stop. Gagli stayed out. Of course, Lewis has stayed out too. Don't want to double stack those Ferraris. So let's go to King Panda. And we're going to have to see where King Panda is in relation to Tim. Tim's coming out of the pits right now. He's going to be just behind, but his tyres are going to be warmed up, and he's going to have the momentum. So there is a possibility here of making a pass on Tim, and he's not made the undercut directly. But he has got those warm tyres. The tyres have had a lap to get up to 10. So needs to really go for it here and try and make a move. Back to the front two then. Are any of these guys going to pit in? Is Gagli going to pit in? Is Lewis going to pit in? I think if these two pit in and Paddy stays out, and that's a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane for Bucco. Yeah, Gagli's in. Lewis is in. That's Paddy out. Let's see if Tim can manage the undercut. Tim right behind Ice One. Ice One, some great defensive driving. Butler's gone through into second. Ice One going into the pits. So here we go. Let's see how the undercut's going to go. Right, Tim's come out in third position. Great momentum into turn one. He's going to be able to pull away a little bit here, I would imagine, yeah. Got the tyres up to temp. That's a really good stop there. So Butler, who's just been sitting there in sixth, just going about his own thing, he's 6.5 seconds behind Paddy, but he is on those harder tyres, and that could make a difference. He could, he's going to be looking to hold on for a podium here. I'm actually quite surprised Gagli's got onto the soft tyres. Let's just check it. Lewis as well has gone to the softs. Now they're going to be really quick as they just pass Bucco. They're going to be really quick for a few laps, but 8 laps on a soft compound. It will be interesting to see if they can hang on. Tim's put in the fastest lap of the race, and it's about to be passed. by Gagli. Yeah, there you go. These soft tyres will be doing good work from this point onwards, but it's a case of for how long, and I think that's the big question on those soft tyres. So he's about 18 seconds behind Paddy. So Paddy's looking, you know, eight, 9 laps to go. He's looking pretty comfortable, and I think almost 11 seconds to Butler. But look at, hang on here, it's over a second a lap. It's not going to be easy to catch those front two on the hard tyres. I think the strategy here, as I mentioned this, the strategy was, you know, it's always going to be massively important, and I think we're seeing that right now. But if Butler can get a podium here in the Alpine, that's going to be it's going to be absolutely huge. It's going to be a great result. All these guys that, as Gagli's putting a 1:13.6, that is easily the fastest lap of the race. The extra point that he's going to be wanting as well for the Red Bulls. But yeah, everybody's going to want to finish the race now. There's only 10 runners left, so you know if you finish this race, even Bucco can go as slow as he wants. He's going to get past. He's getting lapped by these front runners, and but as long as he finishes, he's going to get a point for his team. So he's just got to keep going. Just keep that car pointed in the right direction. That's a 3-second penalty for Josh. He's quite far in front of Ice One, so not really hindering him right now, but it'll be difficult to make more places up with that 3 seconds. It's Tim Knight on the back of Gagli. Got the gap down to almost 9 seconds, but it's not quick enough to catch Butler right now. If they keep at this pace, they're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to catch. They're certainly not going to be able to catch Paddy. They're not going to pass. They're not even going to pass Butler at this rate. That's another 3 seconds for Bucco, who's on 19 seconds worth of penalties right now, which is a bit crazy. Here we go. Tim looking to hold off Lewis's teammate, who's dropped back to 2 seconds actually now, Lewis. That's quite far. So Tim and Gagli now, it looks like it's a 1v1 on Rust for the final podium position. Again, another second or so going to be taken out of the gap between Gagli and Butler from third to second, but it's still not quick enough. Paddy's pulling away in first position, and the advantage that Paddy has, and even Butler really, I think in second position. I know they're going to be on old hard tyres, and it's going to be difficult in terms of, you know, they're not going to have the grip that they had, and clearly not going to be as fast as they once were. But they've got such a gap that they can manage that. They can ease it through corners to a certain extent. Here we go. Here comes the pass by Tim. He's going to get it. Now the question is, are these softs going to hold on till the end of the race? We've still got quite a way to go. We're only on lap 28 of 33. Plenty of racing still to come. Here comes Josh down the start-finish straight, right behind his teammate here, King Panda. Not going to make a move, not going to be able to get close enough. And they're the two really close battles on track. Tim Gagli and Panda with his teammate Josh. But yeah, these again, they've pulled out. They've closed the gap. It's down to 6.3 now. It could be close at the end, especially if, yeah, with Tim going on to the mediums. I think he's got an outside chance here if he doesn't make any mistakes of taking second position. It's all going to come down to these last few laps though. There we go, down the start finish straight. Gagli gets through. soft, still doing work, and obviously the DRS doing a lot of work for the car, but those soft tyres still hanging on in there. They're actually towing each other along and both getting closer to Butler in second position. Ooh, bit of a snap there from Gagli. Just like to say quickly while we're on lap 29, if you're watching this, or well, obviously you're watching this if you can hear me. But you can subscribe to my channel, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I'd massively appreciate that. And now we've got that out of the way, we don't have to say that ever again. Let's carry on with the race. As you can see, Tim's going to be really close. He's probably going to be able to get past again here. This could be, it could come down to the second to last lap. I mean, going into the last lap, you want to be the one that's passing, and then you can defend to the last lap. So the gap's down to 4 seconds. We've got 4 laps left. Yeah, this is 3-7. Butler's going to need to get a move on if he can. You can just see he's not. You're going to have to see him from this view in a second. He's not as far in front now as he once was. Yeah, there he is. You can see him going down the hill and then back up the hill through the chicane. Those tyres they got on Butler's car are going to be properly screaming. They're going to be begging to be took off. But obviously now he's out. He's going to stay out. 3.3 is the gap. It's still just over a second a lap. I'm surprised. I didn't think that they were going to close the gap or be able to close the gap. I thought it was just a little bit too much. It's possible that they might. Tim might get 1 lap to attack. Let's have a look. Here comes Gagli. Whoa, lovely pass. So the gap down to 2.5, 2.4. They have obviously caught up with Paddy as well, but Paddy's got that 9-second cushion on Butler. I think we can safely say right now that if he keeps that car pointed in the right direction, that Paddy has this race win well and truly in the bag. I don't think that's up for debate. You've got to get that gap to about 2 seconds. If you can, less than 2. You're probably going to need DRS on Butler in the last lap. Oh, again, they're looking a little bit dodgy out of those corners. Might be to do with that tyre wear. Here comes Tim. He's going to overtake clearly, and it's going to be probably ideal for Gagli here if he's going to be behind and make a pass at the end of this lap. Then it's going to be hugely difficult for Tim to come back. There's not going to be enough on the start-finish straight with the DRS, so Gagli could have an advantage even though he's behind right now. One guy who hasn't got an advantage now is Butler. Look at the gap, he's been closed. Gonna easily make 4th at worst, Butler, but yeah, those hard tyres. You must, if he does finish 4th, then you have to say that he still made the correct call and the correct decision strategically to stay out on those hard tyres. He was running in 6th when everybody pitted in, so he's made 2 places up by staying out. I think the disadvantage for Gagli here is going to be that Tim does have DRS. Tim's going to get through. Tim's gone through. Gagli's looking to go through. Butler's took the inside line, not able to defend though, because Gagli's not been able to get through. I think now the advantage lies with Tim. It was whoever's in front at the end of that start-finish straight. There is one more DRS sector to go, but it's going to be a very, very difficult pass. We'll stick with these three for as long as possible. We want to see Paddy over the line, of course. He's been that far in front. We've not really. He's just gone about his business. We've not really followed him that much late on in this race. This has been the battle, but what's these coming down here? He's going to have DRS. Gagli, but he's not. He's not going to be close enough. Doesn't look like it. Let's get on board with Paddy. He's going to come around the last corner here. He's going to lead this race. He's going to win this race. By a good 10 seconds. There you go, over the line for the race win. Gagli's dropped back. So it looks like Tim's going to come over the line in second position. Great race from the back of the grid. We've got Gagli in third, Butler in fourth. Really good race from all those. Gagli going to be a little bit disappointed, I guess. He started on pole. Lewis gets fifth. There come the Saubers in sixth and seventh position, respectively. And then we've got the three behind, 8th, 9th and 10th. We've got Ice One, who's about to come around the last two corners. I don't know where Dome Vista is. I actually think Dome Vista might be a lap up on Bucco. So, yeah, there's Ice One in 8th position. Yeah, Bucco's going to come across the line here, but he will be 10th. He's a lap down, so he's over the line. And that means Dome Vista will finish 9th. And there you go, there's the finish. What a race for Paddy. What a race for Tim as well, from the back. But I think we've got to say, full credit goes to Paddy with that phenomenal race win. Strategically, absolutely brilliant. It's a monumental drive. And yeah, fantastic stuff. The game's given driver of the day there to Tim. It's difficult, isn't it? He's come from the back into second position, but then I'm looking at, the strategy from Paddy and staying out on those tyres. It's really, 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 really tough. Anyway, that's as we see the podium sitters celebrating. Sure, they'll all be happy. The Red Bull definitely be happy. The Ferraris be happy with their points for sure. There you can see the final standings and the extra point there to Gagli with that fast lap on the soft tyres. So we'll pick up 16 instead of the 15. What a great race it's been. I hope you've all enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed commentating on this. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. And hopefully we'll see you next week for round 8 and see how this championship unfolds.